Yeah, oh yeah. I know he has the technical know-how to make that happen. Holy crap. Took a fade on me there.
Well, happy Wednesday night.
Yeah, I think it's time to go to shorter wavelengths. Everybody's hopping over there, and I'm having trouble hearing Dave here now, so it's kind of fruitless. So, anyway, Dave, VW, thanks for the fun and joining us here. I'm going to go up to shorter wavelengths. Steve, I imagine you're headed there. Stevie J, I imagine you're headed there. So I'm going to head there and get the video gate rolling. Thanks for the fun on medium wave amplitude modulated radio. This is amateur radio station AA3RE signing.
Do some quality control like that. We'll talk to you guys later tonight, Steve. You're here to be at W2 very weak. Good stuff. All right, well, I didn't sign off yet, Dave. I'm waiting for my son. He's
well, goody.
And, he just came in.
Yep. Hello, Joker.
Hello, Joker.
Good evening, you guys. How you guys doing tonight? Same stuff, different day.
That's much better. I hear you way better here.
Oh, I would imagine so.
It was getting a little rough over there. Like, when you were good, but if the signal takes any dive, it's all over.
Well, that's just it. When it's good, it's good. When it's bad, it's bad.
You know, that, like, the audio in that radio, I don't know. It could use more, but the processor didn't seem to help. It made it louder, but less understandable.
Well, I could always try the other radio just to see what that does.
I think that 706 might be a better bet. But then, like you said, you said that it, on the receive side, though, then you're hurting. So, I guess, I don't know. The radio you were on works fine as long as the signal's up. If you're S9 or better, but when you get under S9, it sucks your audio right out.
I'm gonna try some more antenna experimenting at some time when the weather gets nicer.
Yeah, experimentation is good. All right, let me turn that noise off. Let me do that. Yeah, now I'm where I should be. Classic radio roundup, transitioning from one radio transmitter to the other.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, you do sound a lot better.
Why, you didn't hear me that well?
Well, I heard you fine, but now you sound better.
Oh, I should have been giving you a decent signal.
Yeah, decent enough. It's quiet.
No, on the other band.
Oh, the other band you were fine.
You just didn't like to barefoot this band.
Yeah, it was readable, but it was just weaker than normal. I wasn't sure if that was my radio or what, but now I know.
No, I was still in transition from that to this.
Okay.
Now that I'm on this, all my attention is on this. I don't have to split my attention between this and that.
Yeah, I'm redoing my room here, trying to rearrange things a little better so that I have more space on my workbench to do work.
Oh, I thought you were making more space for a DX100.
Oh, hell no! There's not enough physical space in this room. I have to get rid of all my other stuff.
You could use your IC706 as a receiver.
I could use the 740 That thing's a boat anchor, man. I can't lift it.
I can lift it, but not for very long.
Yeah, that's 100 pounds. That's my back won't handle that.
Yeah, well, mine handles it, but I don't know for how long in the future. But I also know I can't do it for very long. Like a flight of steps, and I'm done for. Is there somebody else in there trying to check into the classic radio roundup?
What can you hear me?
What the heck was that?
Steve's still down on 160. Guess he's not anxious to leave.
No, he's having fun. He's got EQs and processors and stuff going on over there. I think he's still setting up stuff. He's getting pretty close. He's pretty good. He even got himself an O-scope online now. Like, oh, now you're really moving forward into the AM radio. Oh yeah, both feet now.
Oh boy, he caught the bug. Oh no.
It's only going to go from here. There's no stopping him when he's got his mind set on something.
Yeah, he seems to have a pretty unlimited budget. If he sees it, he buys it. Hey, trying classic radio roundup. Red Baron, tipping the hat.
Hello, Red Baron, Spitfire 441. Top of the evening to you. Happy New Year and all that jazz.
Hey, Spitfire. Greetings. Good to hear from you. Your friend Red Baron over here in downtown. Just wanted to pop in and say hello to you, gentlemen.
Well, I'm glad you did there, Red Baron. Sounding good as always. And we got you officially checked into the Classic Radio Roundup.
Thank you very much, Spitfire. Yeah, I'll be back on our side listening in. Have a pleasant evening. Hello, Red Baron. Good evening, good sir. Yeah, 20 to the beam down that way, and I hear you real well now. Hey, thank you very much. I'm on the vertical again tonight. Still haven't got the beam back together yet. One of these days. You know, I'm getting older and not liking the ladder so much anymore, but we'll get there. I hear you. Getting older. Yeah, I know it well. Good evening, Red Baron. Evening.
Yeah, I think that DX100 is the perfect specimen, though, for the power level that you need.
Yeah, and also can be heard on 80 meters at the same time.
Not when it's at my house, it doesn't do that. It doesn't. Tuned up fine. No harmonics.
Yeah.
I don't know what the heck the difference was.
I just can't operate a radio that I can't lift.
Well, I don't really want to lift it anymore. Where it is currently, it's probably going to be where it stays till I die.
Yeah, when your wife calls me up and says, come get it all, I'm going to say, that one stays.
Yeah, you're going to have to get some young buck to carry that one away, because ain't none of us old farts doing it.
Yeah, I have to call Goose.
That thing makes the B&W seem like a lightweight.
Yeah, that BMW probably weighs every bit of 50 or 60 pounds.
Yeah, I think it's like 60 or 70, but it's not 100. The DX100 means more than 100 watts. It means 100 pounds.
It's 1 pound per watt.
Yeah, it's definitely heavier than the B&W, and it's bigger too. But boy, does it look pretty with that new face on it and that powder-coated case. It is pretty looking.
Well, that's good. maybe we can get the pretty to lift it.
Yeah, making it pretty don't make it any lighter, though. That thing really is damn heavy. That is at the limit of things I can pick up. And I can't pick it up for very long.
Yeah, puts anchor in the term boat anchor. Guys up at the lake could probably use that to keep the docks from moving.
Oh yeah, it would probably hold my second ship, the frigate. It would probably hold it in place.
It probably would. Does this thing sound okay?
Yeah, you sound all right to me. You sound like your normal self.
Yeah, I got this radio out of the closet. I haven't used it in a while. It's my Johnson Viking 4740. It had an intermittent transmit problem, but so far it's hanging in there. But if it starts giving me trouble, I'll switch to something else.
Yeah, I got my Pierce Simpson Super Links out. I was going to use that, and I put my Silver Eagle on it that you took care of for me. But I think one of the wires on the Silver Eagle must have come undone or something, because I plug it in and I key up and it squeals, like feedback squeal.
Oh, that would mean that the receive is still connected when the transmit's going on. Like the two wires are shorted or something.
Yeah, well, it used to work.
I never even played with that. I just took care of the amplifier.
Yeah, no, wasn't there that one wire too that was disconnected? That was the whole reason. You took care of the amplifier, but the reason it went to you is because of the wire that was disconnected.
Oh yeah, that's right. The shield wire. You pulled the cable out so far and yanked the shield wire and broke it.
I didn't pull anything. It just sort of did it all by itself.
Yeah, well, that's what happened though. It didn't. The strain relief was off of it, and it just pulled. And out of all the wires, the shield was the smallest, the shortest, and it ripped.
Yeah, I don't know how that happened, but anyway. So I decided to go to a good old standby that I know works. Tram Titan.
Yeah, my standby here is Tram Diamond 40. So if this radio decides to go south of the border, I'll switch to the Diamond 40.
Well, that radio there sounds good. That sounds real nice. I remember hearing that in the past, but I know it's been a while.
Yeah, I assumed that this thing had a bad pin diode in it because it was intermittent, but I put it back in the box and haven't really worked on it, so don't know. What was giving me trouble was mostly on sideband, so with lesser power, maybe it won't be a problem.
Yeah, last thing we want is problems during Classic Radio Roundup, although that's usually when the problems occur.
Oh, yeah. Where's Wayne?
Yeah, where's Wayne?
I'm right here listening.
There he is.
Hiya, Wayne.
Hi, Pete. Hi, Dave.
How's it going, Wayne?
Okay. Just hanging out tonight.
Yeah, it's Wednesday night, man. Hanging out with a drink in one hand and a microphone in the other.
I resemble that remark.
I'm sure you do.
I don't have anything to drink, but I'm still listening.
Good evening, Wayne. Joker said good evening, I think. But I guess you got a high noise all over there.
Hi, Joker.
Good evening, Wayne. Can you not hear me tonight?
I hear you.
I'm guessing that's a no. No.
I think that was Bitebuster hears you, though.
Yep, I hear. Yeah, I don't hear Bite Buster. I didn't hear Red Baron either.
Doesn't seem like you hear Joker neither, but we know you don't hear Bitebuster, but Hello, Bite Buster. I get you the door open.
Yeah, I can hear Wayne.
Bite Buster says he can hear you, Wayne.
You know, I'm running about 30 watts. That's probably why. Dead key.
Yeah, it's a shame you got noise. But it's not that cold tonight, so is your heater running currently?
Yes, my heat exchanger is running and it's giving me about an S5 noise level.
Can't believe you can't hear Joker, because on Pete's end, he's every bit as strong as I am, if not stronger.
I hear Joker just fine.
How can you keep ignoring him when he talks to you?
I wasn't listening.
That's okay. He didn't answer.
He got his shoe,
That's okay.
his wallet, his tennis.
Yeah, Joker, you give me about an S7. I hear you fine.
10 for. Okay.
All right, well, now that's all cleared up.
How about a guy just...
Good evening, Bite Buster.
Who's that? Is that you, 123?
No, it's flip-flop. Can you hear me?
Oh, Flip Flop. I'm sorry. Yeah, I hear you, Flip Flop.
Sounds good. Am I coming in loud and clear?
Well, you're not necessarily loud, but you're certainly clear and strong enough to me.
Roger.
Where's he located?
You got stepped on by somebody that don't hear you. Where are you located at? He's going to try and swing his beam around. Where are you located?
I'm in Collegeville.
Roger on the Collegeville. So towards me, Dave, I would guess, or maybe a little south of me. But yeah, Flip Flops in Collegeville. You're not real strong tonight. I swear I've heard you stronger than what in the past. I don't know what you're doing over there.
I don't hear flip-flop.
You know, I have my other guy with C29.
Don't feel bad. I don't either.
Put that on. You'll hear me.
Yeah, I don't copy him.
Yeah, nobody's hearing you. Sandbagger, Renegade, Joker, none of them are hearing you. You're giving me like 5 S units here, and I remember hearing you a lot stronger than that.
He's ghost talking.
I am not ghost talking. Flip Flop, they think I'm talking to nobody.
How about now? Could they hear me now?
Is that you?
I heard flip-flop there.
If that was you, Flip Flop, now you're a 7, and they're starting to hear you.
How about now?
Oh, now you're an 8, closing in on 9. I think you're going to be heard now. Let me step aside and go for it. Flip Flop, make some noise.
Yeah, I hear him now.
Hello. It's flip-flop out there. I'm sure coming in a lot better now.
I still don't hear him.
Yeah, I got a copy on there flip-flop.
Yeah, Flip Flop, you're putting some signal out now. Way better.
Roger that. I heard someone say I'll be back.
Back to what?
I just heard someone say it. Maybe it was him.
No, that wasn't him. Whoever you heard is somebody I didn't hear.
I got like Skipland in the background.
Yeah, I think there is some light, low-level skip. About it was around 6:30 or so. I heard the Idaho boys in here, Menace and his buddies.
Ah, Tater State.
There's probably still some fringe, low-level skipland hanging about.
Hey, when is that storm supposed to roll in?
Didn't know there was a storm coming.
Yeah, rain, snow, whatever.
Yeah, there's some snow coming, but as usual, they overhyped the living crap out of it and said it was going to be a big deal, but it isn't. We might get a coating to an inch, if that.
And that's not supposed to happen till Saturday, Sunday, right?
No, like late tonight, tomorrow.
Oh, man.
Yeah, the commute tomorrow may be slippery.
They call for like 1 to 3 up in the mountains, but here, coating maybe just enough to make the road slick.
It'll be enough for them to put down tons of salt and create more potholes and get my car white again.
Yeah, well, you got unlimited washes. You'll be good.
Yeah, I got military discount now. They started this month.
All right.
And I asked them, like, can I put my wife's car on this plan? They're like, oh yeah. So we both got it.
For no extra cost.
Yeah, two cars, $31. Well, so it's $62 a month for the 2 cars for the top tier wash.
There you go.
And we can go every single day of the month.
See, if you would have bought a white car, then you're talking about that Love Car Wash, Pete.
Yeah, I love Car Wash. Yep, love Car Wash, Pottstown.
And how much they hitting you for both vehicles?
$31 each per month for the top wash, the True Love.
All right, so they getting me, man. I'm paying $71 for 2 trucks.
Yeah, I'm paying $62 a month for 2 cars for the top wash.
He's getting the military discount, though.
Are you, Pete?
That's a big 10-4, good buddy.
Oh, all right, then. Classic Radio Roundup train signing on.
Yeah, glad you could climb your way up to these shorter wavelengths.
Yeah, I came up to the house, too.
Roger on the Studio A. You was having too much fun. It's hard to get away from there sometimes, ain't it?
Well, my son, he's coming over, and I figured, well, no reason to have him come up there. So I figure I'll come on down, and I'll do Classic Radio Roundup on this end.
So what's the transmitter?
Bander.
It's a little off frequency, but otherwise it sounds good.
I missed which radio.
Come again, Pete?
Yeah, I doubled with you guys. I was asking what radio is that, and you were probably telling them when I was keying over you.
Yeah, I'm on the Olsen side bander.
Oh yeah, AKA Regency Imperial.
That's right. Yeah, it is off frequency, Dave.
Yeah, you're like a KC low or something.
Don't have no idea how to bring it up.
Yeah. Those older radios may not even have trimmers. It's just new crystal time or you got to mess around with it.
I was able to do it with my Imperial, and it's judicious application of picofarad type capacitors on the capacitors or on the crystals.
Yeah, maybe Dave could do that for me.
Yeah, that's not a problem.
That's how I was able to get mine on frequency on 13. I didn't worry about the rest of the channels.
Neither am I.
Yeah, that's the same thing. My Browning has so many channels that are so far off it's not even funny, but the only one I care about is 13.
Well, who all signed in tonight?
You, me, Pete, Joker, Wayne, Red Baron, White Buster, and Flip Flop.
All right, hello around the band. I guess they're not there no more.
Some of them should be.
Bite Buster, can you hear Night Train?
Well, let him talk a little.
He's been talking. Night Train, say hello to Bite Buster and see if he's got a copy on you.
It's funny, I don't even hear Bite Buster. Oh, there it is.
Well, I guess it works both ways then.
Well, he says, there it is. Steve hit the switch.
Come on there, Bite Buster. Yeah, I can hear you, but you kind of sound just a little funny. Bite Buster, I turn my amp up for you. Now you gotta turn your amp up for me, man. That there is bad. I'm having trouble hearing you.
We just need to switch radios.
Yeah, and you need to hit the switch, and then he won't have to worry about it.
Oh, he's not running the amp? I hear him pretty good then, if that's the case. No, I'm running it.
Oh, he says he is.
Oh, okay. I thought for a second there I was hearing him really, really well tonight.
You got the antenna on him or elsewhere?
I'm kind of splitting the difference. Closer to him, but I'm between him and you.
Which way would we point that thing to get by Buster, Dave? Because I'm on the beam too.
Point it northeast.
All right.
Probably more towards north than east, though, hey?
Maybe. But northeast is a good start. Holy cows. Wednesday night classic radio roundup.
Hello, Badger.
Hello, Doug. Hello, everybody. Yeah, just winding up a second anniversary here between the XYL and I.
Hello there, Badger.
Congratulations on the second. I just did my 25th.
I just did my 41st.
Wow, we all got winter brides.
Yeah, mine was in December.
So what are you ready to do, Doug? What are you getting ready to do?
Oh, just wrapping up. Today was Anna and I celebrated our second anniversary today.
I didn't know you guys were married.
Yeah, 2 years ago. How about that?
Yeah, right? 2 years now.
I thought she was your girlfriend.
Well, she talked and I talked, and she didn't want, she wanted to be married again. So I'm like, great. So, she's a good woman. She's got a mean attitude. Boy, I'll tell you what, sometimes she comes off like a little rattlesnake, but you know what? She's a good woman.
Roger on the rattlesnake.
I want somebody that's a little feisty.
Yeah, life would be too boring if they weren't a little bit feisty. I mean, that's that. Yeah, we may mention it, but we wouldn't want it any other way.
I think you're right.
I bought her flowers and chocolate. Actually, strawberry and cream-filled white chocolate drops. I had one. They were pretty good. And a mushy card.
I got the wife a mushy card, and we went to Copperfield for dinner.
There you go.
I want some of that chocolate.
Well, I guess you're going to have to do Doug's laundry for 2 years.
No, not for no chocolate. I'll have to find out where he got it from.
Giant.
Oh, no.
Yeah. I got out of work. Tuesday night, and I was exhausted already, so I walked in there and grabbed half a dozen roses and a very small little container. There's only 6 little chocolates in it, and a mushy card.
All my wife's pretty good for birthdays, holidays, anniversaries, Christmas, etc., Easter. As long as I get the mushy card, it'll keep me out of trouble.
Oh, you should have seen the guy behind me laughing in line, because I joked around with him. He wanted me to go ahead of him. I said, "Oh, I appreciate it, man. I'm trying." He saw the flowers and the chocolate, and I told him, I said, "Yeah, I'm trying to get out of the doghouse." So when the cashier rang everything up, the guy looked at me and goes, "You want a bag?" And I just said, off the top of my head, I just replied, "No, she's not that ugly."
Ha ha ha.
Oh man.
Did anybody else hear that?
Hear what? I heard what Doug said. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Yeah, I got my headphones on. The XYL just walked in. I'll be on the side.
Yeah, but did anybody else hear that around you at the supermarket?
Yeah, that's what I meant. But he's probably getting a beating right now, though.
Yeah, because she heard what he said.
Yeah, he had the headphones on, so he probably didn't really hear her comment.
We heard her come in probably before he did.
Busted.
Would you say busted?
Yeah, busted.
Totally busted. About it, Bite Buster. I put the thing on you a little bit better. Hopefully you can hear me or I can hear you. Put it that way.
Well, there you go. 1, 2, 3, 3, 2, 1. There you go. Check it out.
Tim Roger, I do hear you. It's a little bit faint. Maybe I should switch radios. Maybe this radio's receiver is not as good.
It's possible. A little out of alignment or weak tube, maybe. Who knows?
Yeah. If that thing was tuned up to snuff or hot, all the tubes were good, them radios got hot receivers. So, yeah.
Yeah, he's a little bit low on this one. Maybe I will switch. I'd rather fight than switch.
You're killing me over here. That antenna, when you swung that thing around, you're giving me almost 40 dB over here.
Yeah, that PDL2 don't play around. I'm telling you.
Yeah, I know. Don't rub it in. I miss mine.
That's an old commercial. I'd rather fight than switch. Wasn't that the Tarleton cigarette motto?
Yeah, that's what that was. I remember it when I was a boy.
Yeah, it has a guy with the black eye and a little quote underneath. I'd rather fight than switch. In fact, Tarleton.
He got his butt kicked. But anyhow, Bite Buster, yeah, I'm still having trouble, so I'm going to switch radios. 10-4.
10-4. Yeah, because I'm hearing him okay tonight.
Yeah, I hear him just fine tonight. He's 5S units to me tonight.
Yeah, he's a little soft on my receiver. Unless I'm doing something wrong. Talk a little bit, Bite Buster. Let me see, maybe I'll tune you in.
Yeah, you got to turn that antenna just right and just watch the signal. 3, 2, 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, it is a little too weak. All right, I'm switching.
Yeah, that radio's got either a weak tube or needs a little bit of an alignment. Because I know I know that Olsen sidebander is the same as the Imperials, and them Imperials are hot. Classic Radio Roundup 27115 on the AM radio dial.
In this section of, or this portion, I should say, this portion of Classic Radio Roundup is brought to you by Fred's Discount Voodoo Emporium, where our motto is, if you want someone dead, come and see Fred.
Sole importer of Grandma Jemima's stainless steel ganja dipped voodoo doll needles.
Yeah, we're having a special in the month of January. Buy one pack, get another free.
Yeah, for a limited time only, buy those 2 packs, buy one, get one free. We'll throw in us I Survived the Shore Killed Distress. Oh boy, I screwed that up. I Survived the Shore Killed Distress Weight t-shirt.
And you can also get the I Survived the Schuylkill Expressway t-shirt at the Belmont Service Plaza. So truck them on in and tell everybody that you found your t-shirt at the Belmont Service Plaza. Comes in 16 colors and in 3 big sizes. And remember, the Schuylkill Expressway is the worst highway in the country and probably the world.
All right, now, I got to step aside. My son is here. Man, Bite Buster, I got it all rigged up for you, man, and now I got to go.
Well, what does it look like? Can you hear me any better?
It's all right. I think it's got something to do with the beam and where I have it pointed.
Well, there you go.
See, beams aren't always what they're cracked up to be. I got a stick. Fiberglass stick. I hear the Bite Buster in the cleared. Fine business.
Yeah, it's 100 feet off the ground.
Still just a fiberglass stick.
Well, I've got a rubber duck on 160 meters, and well, you know.
Well, I heard you on AM tonight. Pretty good. Better than the first time.
Where do you guys hang out down there?
1885, medium wave, amplitude modulated radio.
1885?
That's a Roger.
Yeah. I still can't can't get there yet, but I've heard conversations down there. I just didn't know where to go.
Well, if Sandbagger can get on 1885, anybody can. You know, he's not gonna break anybody's S meter, but he's in there.
Well, maybe come springtime I'll get that fourth wire up on that inverted V I got and be able to dial in.
All you need is a balance line tuner and an 80-meter doublet, and it'll work. That's the next project over there at the Wayne QTH. See what we can do about getting him on 160 meter.
Yeah, I had to cut 25% of my deck off one end. I had a sewer drainage problem here, and the landlord came over and took a look at it. He couldn't do anything, so he called in a professional sewer company. They put cameras in there, and come to find out, the big black walnut tree in my backyard grew roots into the sewer line and started to block it up to a point where it wouldn't flush properly anymore. So the only way to get to it is excavate the pipe. Because it was under the deck, I had to cut 5 feet off the end of the deck. And we lifted up that 5-foot section and put it on the rest of the deck. But now I'm in the process of putting it all back together, and I want to make sure it doesn't move. So I've come up with a pretty good idea of how this is going to work.
Yeah, but it's going to help you get on 160 meters. Yeah. Ask Steve. Steve is Night Train's been on 160. He's getting his station dialed in, doing a good job. And Sandbagger, all he needs to do is go to Home Depot and, I don't know, probably get about 10 or 15 feet of copper tubing and wind himself a coil. Uh-oh, that didn't elicit any response. Huh?
Didn't you what? Didn't you hear what I said?
Maybe I double with you, but I guess I didn't.
Copper tubing? I would think there'd have to be something bigger than that.
What, copper tubing? No, for your SB200 coil.
Yeah, I was thinking I wouldn't need tubing. I would probably get away with thick wire. Something, like, I don't know, 6, 8, 10 gauge or something.
Oh yeah, that'll work. But 1/4-inch copper tubing is the same kind of diameter and easier to bend, and it's rigid. I don't know. Yeah, I guess you use solid copper wire, but it's gotta be able to be rigid enough. You want to wind the form and don't want it to come undone.
Oh, there we go. Yeah, the radio's starting to do it. It's starting to cut out. That's why you didn't hear me, because I was talking and it wasn't going out the back end. Guess I'll switch to the other radio.
Oh, the Johnson has reared its ugly head with the original issue.
Yep. Yeah. It transmits. And I see meter movement on the front panel, but it's not putting out any RF. So I think there's a pin diode in there, and I'm thinking that the diode's bad.
Oh, so it thinks it's transmitting, but it's diode switching, so it's not actually transmitting.
It's transmitting, but it's not getting to the antenna jack.
Right. So it's akin to a bad relay.
Yeah, but the relay doesn't switch the antenna lead. That's what the pin diode's for.
Well, that's what I mean. It's like a reasonable facsimile.
Yeah, switch radios here.
10-4. Maybe it's time for station identification and a word from our sponsors of Fred's Discount Voodoo Emporium. I'm terrible at this.
Anybody got a copy on this mud radio?
I hear you. I do. Welcome to the Classic Radio Roundup. Spitfire 441.
10-4 Spitfire, Red 6 up here in Earlville, up on the mountain.
Hello, Red 6. Good evening. Yeah, you're doing a good job. No trouble at all hearing you down here around Pottstown.
Yeah, 10-4. JJ hooked me up with a new antenna, coax. Had some finals put in by Stonewall Jackson, and I guess it's putting out now.
That guy I hear.
Well, say hello, Wayne.
Well, hello, up the mountains. 10-4, you got a copy on Red 6 up here.
Yeah, I didn't get a good copy on your handle, but yeah, I heard you. You're giving about an S7 here.
Yeah, my handle is Red 6. Red the color and 6 the number.
Red 6, what town are you in?
Up here in Earlville.
Copy on the Earlville. Ain't far from me.
What town did he say?
Earlville.
Yeah, up there where the Mackey's Pub, used to be anyway.
Yeah, it's almost a stone throw or a slingshot.
You wouldn't happen to be a ham, would you?
No, no ham. A little bit of bacon now and then.
There you go.
Why, is there a ham you know in Earlville that sounds like Red 6?
Well, there is a ham I know right there, right down the road from Mackey's. It's got a really, really big, tall vertical. I think it probably is a quarter wavelength of 20 meters.
Well, you sure it's not a quarter wavelength on 40, which is probably more reasonable, which is 33 feet.
It could be. I know, 20 is 20's bad enough.
Well, I got a quarter wave 40 meter vertical. It's 33 feet.
Yeah, good stuff.
It was higher than my cold phased vertical's mast was. The length of that antenna was taller than my mast. But yeah, anything longer than 33 feet in a vertical is getting a little nuts. Unless you're an AM broadcast tower station or something.
Well, that's the thing, structural integrity is kind of hard for a vertical. It's just that long, it just can't support itself unless you make it thick and rigid.
Right. Now once you get past 33 feet, heavy gauge aluminum, you're going to tower neighborhood to do something. If you had a 66-foot tower, now you got an 80 meter vertical.
Yeah. Speaking of AM broadcasting and towers, I've been doing a little bit of AM listening, on the 160 meter antenna, and I can hear really well with it. And there's a station at 1470 I've been listening to because they play a really good mix of older 70s rock and stuff. And I looked up the station, and they're up just north of Allentown, and their freaking tower's right in the middle of a Kohl's parking lot.
KAP, I think.
What was the call sign?
I think it's WKAP. I'm not 100% sure. It's either that or WSAN.
I thought it was WSAN.
Yeah, WSAN, they went through a lot of different modes.
I'll have to check that one out. 1470 I don't remember. I must have heard it. I didn't stick around, but it might have been before they changed format. But yeah, Yeah, I told you that thing is probably pretty good for AM broadcast band listening. I know I use my ground mounted vertical for that in the daytime, and it's really good for that.
Yeah, this station I think is only a 5,000 watt station, but the fact that the damn tower is right in the parking lot, I mean, you could park your car in front of the tower and get out of your car and walk into the coals.
That's kind of nuts.
I would suspect that the tower was probably there and they built the parking lot and the coals afterwards. And they just kind of, built around it.
There used to be one of those big sliding boards there, the kind that you pay some money and they give you like a little cloth to sit on and you go down. That used to be like 20 feet away from that antenna.
Oh, so you know where I'm talking about then?
Yeah, it's in Whitehall.
Yeah, exactly, in Whitehall.
Yeah, I grew up in this area.
I used this is this site that I use that I can look up radio stations. It gives the location coordinates, and when I saw where that antenna was, I was like, holy crap. They had a little fence around the base of the antenna, to keep people out of it, I guess, but it's not that large. There's this, 200-foot tower sitting in the parking lot.
Yeah, I want to know if you can hear that one at 1700 in the Hudson Valley.
Probably not.
Yeah, that one I can hear like almost all the time. It's in the Hudson Valley. It's right on 1.7.
Yeah, WMPV 1440 is still transmitting. They're only running 250 watts now.
Yeah, oh yeah, they come in here no problem at all.
I mean, they really cut back. They got sold to somebody, and they're playing a similar format of rock, older rock music, but their maximum power is 250 watts. I'm like, holy crap.
What do you pay for a commercial license for that?
Yeah, I'm not sure what the deal was. I know, I remember reading articles about, 1440, like, end of an era and all this other stuff. But they're continuing to transmit with it, but I don't know. I think they're doing more of an educational thing now or something.
Yeah, I thought they came close to going completely off the air, but I guess somebody came in and saved them, because I remember like maybe 2 or 3 years ago, they were basically like we're done, but then now they're not.
Yeah, they're only using one of their towers now because their pattern is omnidirectional. They used to, have those. It had a directional array. They could beam the signal wherever they wanted, and they're not doing that anymore. But the towers are still there. I thought they were going to take them down, except for the one. But at least according to the Street View, they're still there.
Yeah, and then there's that the Pottstown station there at 1370, rebroadcasting out of religious music, and I'm like, man, there for a while that was a pretty good station, and then it went to that, and I was like, well, now that's just generic. It's not live. It's just rebroadcast junk.
Am I not getting out?
Yeah, 1370 is probably one of the strongest stations I hear now. But yeah, you're right. It's not a good format. But that's the thing on AM now. Most of the stations you hear down there are either talk, religious, or Spanish. There's very few that are playing any kind of decent music or anything. So there really isn't much demand for AM.
No, I'm gonna pass it to you there, Bite Buster, because maybe you got stepped on or whatever. But see at nighttime though, like tonight before you go to bed or whatever, check out 740 and see how well you get CFZM in. They still got good format. I like their format. Sunday night I was listening to the big band Sunday night for a little bit, and but see how well that comes in for you. That should do a pretty good job. Go ahead there, Bite Buster.
Yeah, when I worked at the hospital there on Germantown Pike, there was a radio station across the street that would interfere with the telephones at nighttime.
Oh, are you talking about on Germantown Pike? Oh, Dave knows it. Is that PAZ or something like that?
You talking about the one up in West Norton there, right off of Germantown Pike in the industrial park? They got 4 towers. Used to be WTEL, but now they're using the call sign WWDB, and it's a talk station.
WWDB?
Yeah.
Go ahead there, Bite Buster.
Yeah, at the top of the hill is Fairview Village.
Yeah, we're all talking about the same place. The Grangers is right there now. That new hospital, I forget what it's called. But yeah, there's 4 towers there.
Exactly, man. They would bleed the freaking telephones.
How did they wind up recycling WWDB?
You know, it's I think Beasley Media owns it. You know, and they got that 4 bay directional antenna, and they're beaming it east. It doesn't have a hell of a lot of, well, it does have a pretty good signal this way, but it's not its primary direction. You could be a ship 30 miles offshore of Jersey and still be in the usable band of that thing.
And what's their format?
Talk. They're doing like WWDB used to do on the FM side.
Oh, wow.
What is it, all news?
Talk radio. I guess all probably, current events, political stuff.
Yeah, you know. The new replacements for Rush Limbaugh and whatnot.
Yeah, I'd be interested to see at various times how well you can pick up CFZM now.
So is that Zoomer 740?
Yeah, that's right.
Let me see if I can hear it now.
Oh, you could do, I guess you could do that while here. So yeah, see what you get.
I gotta turn my tuner on first because it doesn't work very well down there. 740. What do I get from 740? Oh, I'm hearing it. Yeah. Oh, it's coming in really well.
Yeah, I'm using my 160 open wire feeder doublet. It's coming in at 20 over.
I don't get very good signals on any of these stations. This one's coming in at S3, but I hear it really well. I think the strongest signal I get is S9, and I think that's either 1370. Yeah, I think there's 1370 is S9. Let me see. Let me go up there real quick. 13. Yeah, he's S9.
CFZM is stronger. 1370 is, well, I don't know. There's stations competing with it, so I'm getting a 20 over signal, but there's all kinds of, it's like more than one station.
I can still hear 1440, which is amazing because their daytime is 250 watts, their nighttime is 23 watts.
Yeah, I probably would need to go to the ground mounted vertical. I'm getting too much skywave on the horizontal wire.
Yeah, well, it is what it is. I just like zipping through the AM band, hearing stuff that I haven't heard in a long time.
Yeah, I get a lesser signal off the ground mounted vertical, but it works better on the AM broadcast band, especially at nighttime. In the daytime and the nighttime. The wire gets too much. I get too much. It's like stations competing. I get all kinds of skywave. I got a better signal to noise ratio on the ground mounted vertical on AM 740.
Yeah, sometimes that's better, you know. You don't get as much signal, but, you hear it better.
Yeah, it's S9 versus 20 over, but it's the only station I hear. At 20 over, I hear it plus maybe 1 or 2 other stations.
Yeah. Well, I don't know if I assume I was listening to that one, but maybe I heard another one in its place.
Well, right now they're playing what is that? Duran Duran. And listen to how clear that is.
Yeah, that's what I'm hearing.
It's coming in super clear. Now, if I go to the wire, like I got more signal, but I'm also picking up 2 or 3 other stations. That ground mounted vertical of mine is like that. That's where that thing really shines. Is AM broadcast band. It's ridiculous.
Well, it's good for something then.
Yeah. That's my AM broadcast antenna. That's what I use.
Well, there you go. What am I doing here? My modulation meter's set here. I didn't readjust the microphone. Hopefully things still about the same level.
I think the Johnson might have been a touch louder, but just a touch.
Yeah. Well, I'm on the, there we go. I'm on the Tram Diamond 40 now.
Now you brought it to where the other one was. Yeah, you sound like you.
Well, I hope so. I don't want to sound like somebody else.
No, not unless you're trying to sound like somebody else. I know when I try to sound like somebody else, it just sounds miserable anyway, so I don't bother.
Well, as long as you're not trying to be somebody that you're not.
No, perish the thought. Never try to be somebody that you're not. And never be a follower. Be a leader.
That's right. AM radios in cars?
Say again there, Bite Buster.
Did they stop putting AM radios in cars?
I think that kind of depends on the manufacturer. But I think there's pending legislation to require AM radios in cars. So, but I know that some cars don't, but most cars I think still do.
I know they were looking to get rid of them in electric cars because there's just too much interference. All that digital nonsense that's in there just throws out too much crap, and you can't receive a darn thing on AM. So, yeah, the ones that are trying to get away from it are the ones that have all this computerized nonsense in their cars, and there you go.
Yeah, well, they should be required to clean all that nonsense up and make it usable.
All I know is I listen to KYW, and the FM sounds so much clearer, but I don't get it in every place. Well, that's it. FM's going to be clearer. We've got better bandwidth.
I've been off the coast of Cuba, out at sea, on a portable transistor radio and picked up KYW.
Yeah, I just noticed the FM version of it has a lot of dropouts.
It doesn't run as much power, that's for sure.
How does the water affect the signal?
No, the water doesn't hurt it. It's all ground plane, but that really doesn't have anything to do with it one way or the other. It's a skywave at nighttime. I've heard KYW down in the Caribbean on a portable transistor radio.
It doesn't hurt the sound waves, but you just can't put the radio in the water.
That's right. Yeah, don't drop the radio in the water because then you won't hear nothing.
Yeah, you'll be sounding like the fishes.
Yo, you'll be swimming with the fishes, eh?
Yeah. Yeah, and you sound just like them too.
What's going on there, Greenie?
Not much, man. How's this microphone sound?
Well, you're not giving me a ton of signal like I know you can, but you sound completely good and in the clear.
All right, classic mic, classic
It's working, driver. On 740, there's a Mexican station, XE something, I forget the call letters. I switch over to the doublet antenna, I can hear it, and I can't hear 740. On the ground mounted vertical, or I hear CFZM, but I don't hear the XE. And I switch antennas, I hear the XE station.
That's the nice thing about having multiple antennas. You get to pick and choose what you hear.
It's amazing, just switching antennas like that. You know, different types, polarization, different stuff you hear. It's kind of fun to play around with that on AM broadcast. Yeah, it becomes a case where I think that doublet picks up too much.
I hooked that up to an SDR radio.
I got a high frequency, you know, a good high frequency transceiver. What do I need an SDR radio for?
I mean, you can see where the signals are.
I can see where the signals are. I got a fish finder.
There you go.
Did you hear KYW on it out of the ocean?
Never had this radio out in the ocean. Just my little portable transistorized AM FM shortwave radio.
Oh, I was talking about the fish finder.
Oh, the fish finder finds different kinds of fish. The next thing you got to try, Dave, is finding those the highway transmitters at 16, 10, 20, 30, and 40.
Yeah, I used to have fun with those. There was one off the Pennsylvania Turnpike. I think it was at the Willow Grove exit. Or was it the Philadelphia? One of the two, anyway. And it was broadcasting... it was rebroadcasting the NOAA weather, 162, 475, so I dialed the 2-meter rig up there and keyed up on it. And then I was broadcasting through it.
Oh, man!
So I started selling Schuylkill Expressway t-shirts.
Ha, ha, ha.
What do they do to get through the tunnels, like up on Blue?
What do they do to get through the tunnels? They turn their headlights on.
They must have some kind of repeater.
Well, yeah, you don't want to be blind or in the dark.
And you see a while back where a pipe fell down and it went through the trucker's window and killed the guy.
What fell down?
Well, they have some pipes running through the ceiling in there. If you go look at the Lehigh Tunnel, one fell down, went right through the windshield and through the guy.
Yeah, that's kind of ugly. And why'd you turn your power down?
Who are you talking to?
Oops, sorry.
Yeah, there you go.
Oh, Pipe Buster. Yeah, I couldn't hear him.
What kind of power are you running with the amp off?
I don't know, probably like 25 watts.
I could hear you at 25 watts. Any less and I would lose you, but I could hear you 100%.
Anyway, like I was saying, pipe fell down in the middle of the tunnel, went through the guy's windshield, killed him. It's like, you know, what are they doing in there? Why don't they maintain this stuff?
Yeah, with the highest fuel tax in the country, you'd think they'd maintain our roads and infrastructure with that money. But maybe they're opening up layering centers with them. I don't know.
Opening up their pockets is what they're doing.
Yeah, they're certainly not spending it on the roads.
And the government says, you don't even have to deal with us. It's not us. It's that third-party company that now runs the turnpike.
It's not just the turnpike, though. Like, they got their own funds from the tolls. But all the rest of the state roads are supposed to be covered by our fuel taxes, which we pay the highest in the stinking country, but yet the roads are the worst.
I still believe there should be separate roads for trucks.
Oh, I would support that 100%. Trucks should be on truck roads, and cars should be on car roads, and let the trucks maintain their own roads, because all the trucks do is destroy the roads.
You know, I can see a Yugo driving down the road in a snowstorm with a plow on it.
We don't need no stinking plows. Yeah, well, there's my thoughts, and then I know what reality is. You know, that's dreamland.
Ready your channel, buddy? Stand it.
Who's the breaker?
You got 1, 2, 3.
Hello, Stinger. Welcome to the Classic Radio Roundup, your countywide radio. Spitfire 441.
Hello, Spitfire. Hello, Classic Radio Roundup. How's it going?
Oh, it's going. You know it's going. It's Classic Radio Wednesday.
I can only hear you so far.
No, you got to be able to hear others.
Well, I should be. I should be able to. Who else were you talking to?
Well, I was talking with Bite Buster, and I think you've heard him in the past. I don't know if you're hearing him now. Night Train's in here somewhere. Joker's in here. Badger's in here. Sandbagger's in here. Wayne's in here. There's been others that have checked in, and I'm not sure if they're still hanging about or not. But and that's the most of the list, but not all of the list.
Yeah, he can hear me.
Even too.
They're trying again, Bagger.
I'm sure he can hear me. I had to move the beamer a little bit, but
Yeah, I can hear Bagger in there. I got a little bit of noise in there with your Bagger, but I hear you.
oh well. Can't have it all.
Are you mobile at your home station or what?
Yeah, base station. You're hitting me with I think you're hitting me with 7.
Yeah, you're giving me a 5, but you're all in the clear and loud and everything, so it's not an issue.
Okay, 10-4.
You're gonna have to pull some tricks there and do something to get some more signal. I mean, you're doing fine, but you did better in your mobile at the right spot.
Yeah, I know. I gotta put this antenna up another 10 feet.
Well, you got to put Wayne's up 20 feet higher before you do your own.
Better invest in some Schedule 80 pipe then. Looking like my antenna.
Try again, Stinger.
I said we got a bunch of antennas we gotta put up.
10-4. Yeah, your antenna, Dave. That's so depressing. I saw that the other day. I was like, oh, that's so depressing.
Oh, it is. I mean, when you think about it, it was up there for 17 years. And yeah, it was bent a little tiny bit from all the winds, but, take it down, do all this nice refurbishing and putting it up on a mast that I thought was stronger than that Radio Shack stuff. And not even a month later, and it's bent.
That's the whole depressing part. Just everything you just said.
Yeah, exactly. The galvanized pipe that I thought was going to be more strong turned out to be thicker, heavier, but not as rigid.
And it's a crazy thing about metal. What you look at, you think is heavier, beefier, stronger. But if the metal itself is softer, there's metals that are thinner and they can be stronger. It's crazy.
Yeah, so I'm going to get myself a 10-foot section of Schedule 80 pipe, and I'll fix that up. And I think it weighs 3 pounds per foot or something. It's not awful bad.
Yeah, I don't know, man. That's gonna be heavy on the end of all that. You don't think some of that EMT would work? Because that EMT I've had pretty good success with.
What? ENT?
EMT, electrical mechanical tubing.
Oh, I don't know. But that's what Train's got on his antenna, with all that mass and no guy lines, and it don't bend. So I'm thinking, yeah, that's what I'm going to do.
Well, my Mosley TA33 is on EMT with no guy wires or nothing on, and that's my mast is.
Yeah, but you don't get hit with 60-mile-an-hour wind gusts.
No, but it's also been up there for 20 years, and a Mosley TA33 ain't light, and I got no guys. I don't know. It's 2-inch diameter EMT, and just because I don't get direct winds doesn't mean I don't get pretty good winds.
Yeah, all those trees kind of break it up. I mean, I get 60, 70-mile-an-hour storm front gusts. That's what bent this thing.
Yeah, that EMT is some pretty stiff stuff. It's pretty stiff.
No, I'm not saying it wouldn't work, but I'm just going to go with what I know will work. And yeah, it might be 30 pounds for a 10-foot section, but I think that piece I got up there now is probably at least 20.
Well, it'd also be good for probably around 600 psi steam too. Schedule 80.
Yeah, so if I ever want to run steam through my mast, I can do it.
Yeah, it'll handle it.
Melt the ice off of it.
Yeah, it'd be a perfect ice melter.
Yeah, that it would.
Hey, Spitfire, I can just yell through it.
Yeah, go ahead there, 123.
You got Flip-Flop in there.
Flip-Flop was in here earlier. I don't know if he's still hanging about.
How about that Flip-Flop? You still there?
Yeah, he was in here about maybe 45 minutes ago. He didn't say a whole lot. He hung out for a bit, and then don't know what happened.
I think he might be sandbagging in there. I just looked again, and Sandbagger's hitting me with 5. You're hitting me with an 8.
Well, I am 10 miles further away.
Yeah, that's right. The old inverse square law.
And this radio isn't driving the amp nearly as hard either. Probably about 3 dB weaker than I was with the other radio.
I think I'm going to switch radios.
Well, I'm running about what I always run. Just a little over 100 watts of amplitude modulated carrier power.
Yeah, you sound about normal. I mean, you sound about regular. And like I said, you're giving me an 8, swinging to a 9, and almost a 9, so that's usually what you give me. I mean, and I'm usually riding around down here.
Yeah. Well, at least mine's working.
Yeah, I know you're working. I hear Davey's working. I mean, I'm just, we're on 13, so I'm getting that noise, and it's making it rough. But I don't hear nobody else. I don't hear Joker. I don't hear. And I think I could talk to Badger from here, no problem, and I should be able to talk to Train, no problem.
Badger was in here earlier. I don't know if he's still hanging about. Wayne's in here. And I don't know what happened to Train. Oh, Train was in here, but then his son stopped by, so he's got other business going on.
Badger dispatcher's getting a well-deserved beating from that last comment he made.
Channel 1, Red Baron's still sitting back here in the background. I don't know if you guys got a copy of the work tried.
Oh, yeah, Red Baron's still in here then.
Hey, Red Baron, how you making out?
Hey, Blue Knight, how you doing, my friend?
Oh, pretty good. How you doing?
Very good. It's good to hear you sitting in here. You haven't been on, for a while there. County Line, or Stingray, County Line, I think I heard him in there. Yeah, I just popped in to say hello.
Did you make it to the last breakfast?
I make it to almost every breakfast.
Oh, well, I know you're going. I would have went. I didn't know you were there.
10-4.
How's business? You guys busy?
Busy as ever can be. Business is going great. Busy as can be. Look, I don't want to hold it up here, Blue Knight. There's a lot of guys in there. I'm sitting back. I'll pop back in another minute. Maybe I'll catch up on 17.
All right, 10-4. Catch you later. I got too much noise down here.
Howdy, howdy. Is that 140 out there in South Jersey?
Yeah, 10-4. It's the 140. I heard you in there just one day. Yeah, it just dropped. But I'm still getting like a 5-pound noise level.
Yeah, 1040. 10-4 there, 140 down there in Bridgeton, South Jersey. We're waving a hand, Red Baron.
Hey, 410. All right, Baron. Take care. Blessings around your house, my friend. 140, New Illinois.
Blessings to you too, and you and your family. Your friend, Red Baron, stepping back.
Yeah, classic radio roundup for making the connection.
That's right.
Hey, sorry guys. Yeah, I just wanted to throw a break out there, and a couple people came back.
No, nothing to worry about. That's what it's all about. You know, if it works, it works. We're not offended.
Hey, thanks a million. All right, I'm back quiet.
Lord knows I get on a roll on the occasion on here. So if it works and you got the airtime, ain't nothing else going on. Take the airtime.
Yeah, if it feels good, do it.
We have rules, but we don't have hard and fast rules. Mostly, the hardest, fastest rule is keep it clean. We don't care what else you do.
Yeah. Yeah, because we got Mrs. Train as our arbiter of morality here.
Well, the standards just dropped because the goose just checked in.
Yeah, with his beep.
You're telling, I'm sorry.
If you were truly sorry, you wouldn't do it.
Is it off?
Yeah.
Well, this sounds noisy, isn't it? I got like 9 pounds of noise.
Must be down your way.
Yeah.
Yeah, check your widgets in your house.
Your rigid?
You got noisy ridgets, throw them out the window.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Especially if they're 12-volt rigids.
Here's all I heard tonight. Gotta start making a list.
Good evening there, Goose.
Yeah, my memory's not that good anymore.
Well, Joker's here. Hello.
Hello, Joker.
County-wide.
Hello, Pete. Hello there, Sandbagger.
Hey. on another topic there, Pete, I fired up the Courier 23 Plus, and lo and behold, it does receive.
Oh, yeah, Courier 23 Plus, the last holdout. What else is wrong with it?
I don't know yet. It may have some crystals that are off frequency, but it does receive. I can't do anything for transmit yet because I don't have one of those stupid Amphenol plugs. Well, so I'm going to probably have to jury rig something up so I could key it with something.
I wonder if that Cobra 98 Amphenol mic will work on if it's wired the same or not.
Well, I can always rewire the radio to agree with the mic, but this damn clunky Amphenol plugs. God, who needs a mic plug that big?
Well, I guess they didn't know any better back then, but I could bring that mic by next opportunity, like next Monday or something. I don't know if I can get by there anytime sooner than that.
Yeah, whatever, I'll figure out something.
Yeah, I thought we solved your Amphenol plug. I thought I gave you one at some point in the past, but I guess I didn't.
No, I've been looking for them. Every time I go to a Hamfest or something, all these guys that have all the connectors and stuff, I keep looking for them, and they got 8 pins and 4 pins and thin pins with no Amphenol.
Yeah, I know I got one or two of them floating around here somewhere. I'll have to dig one out. I'll have to look.
I even went digging through my drawer full of stock mics. I thought maybe I might have one in here, but nah.
Yeah, because you got that Imperial, and I swear that's got an Amphenol plug, and I thought I passed one along with it, but I guess I didn't. Maybe I thought I did and never went any further.
Yeah, because I couldn't transmit on that thing either. That thing needs some work. I got to get that up on the bench. It wasn't receiving or transmitting.
Ha! I got it. I put one aside. I got one right here in my hot little hands with nothing hooked up to it. It's got your name all over it.
Oh.
Amphenol sounds like a drug.
Oh, yeah, it's good drugs, man. Good radio drugs.
2 for a nickel.
That was just me trying to make a joke. Never mind.
So I got an Amphenol plug here. I'll get it to you as soon as I can.
Geo.
I knew I had one kicking around here somewhere, and I was right. You know how you look around, you put stuff aside because you might need it, but then when you go to look for it, it's somehow buried or moved or lost or not where you thought it was. That happened to be right where I thought it was, and there it was.
That sounds to me every day, all day.
Oh, you're getting older.
Minute by minute. What's the Amphenol plug look like? Is that like the realistic style?
No, it's a big giant 4-pin plug, like a Cobra plug, but twice the size.
Interesting. There's no one.
They're on all older radios. They got radios in the early '60s to mid '60s, maybe. I don't think much later than that.
It's a big, ugly, clunky thing.
When everything was big and clunky.
Yeah, but they're so easy to solder.
Well, that is true. They're so damn big. You'd have to be blind and have Parkinson's to mess it up.
Yeah, they're pretty easy to work with as far as that goes.
Okay, I just looked it up. If I found what I think I found is the right one, yeah, I've seen that on a lot of old school, like RCA, and those kind of old microphones use that big plug.
Yeah, my Cobra 98 uses it. The Cobra 88 uses it. Them old Couriers, the Regency Imperials, probably that Olsen sidebander that Train has, that probably uses it. There's a ton of radios, but they're all like, early to mid 60s pretty much.
Comstat 23 uses one. But then they got smart when the 25 came out and they went to the regular 4-pin that we're all familiar with.
Well, since that Chris 23 don't work, it'd be nice if at least that Courier you could get working. One of them. Or the other, well, that's a shame because that thing's such a cream puff.
It is. It is in great shape. And you know what? That's probably what happened to it. Somebody got their fingers in there and screwed up every one of those cans. And the radio probably got thrown in the back of a closet somewhere, and that's why it's in such good shape.
Right. They screwed it up, and then it never got used again, and then it just got thrown into storage somewhere and just hung out.
Yeah.
And that's exactly why, because they screwed it up. That's a shame. Oh, well. That's the way it goes. But hey, it's got good tubes.
Yeah, I mean, if the thing was only lightly used before it got, kicked to the curb, the tubes are probably in real good shape.
Need to find one of them that's abused and toasted and rob all the cans out of it.
Yeah, I mean, I've got a couple of parts radios that I could rob the cans out of, but it's just going to be a lot of work because it's a hand-wired chassis. It's not like a PC board where you just unsolder it. You got to unwrap all the parts, and it's going to be labor-intensive.
Yeah, I get that. I'm not going to ask you to do that. If I'm going to spend money for you to work on stuff, there's higher priorities I have than that.
Yeah.
Although, again, thank you for the 700A. That thing's working fine. Business.
Do you make any contacts across the pond or anything with it?
Yeah, I was on 10-meter sideband with it just because, and yeah. In fact, there was nothing AM on Tuesday going on. It just the propagation wasn't quite good enough. But there was across the pond sidebands. I made a couple of sideband contacts. 50 watts. 50 watts.
There you go.
It's only 3 dB less than 100 watts, which nobody really notices.
Yeah, that's a good antenna.
Three dB is a good antenna? Yeah, anyone with 3 dB gain is better than a dipole.
Unless you're on 160 meters, then that dipole is about as good as it gets.
Certainly better than a 10 dB negative antenna.
Yeah, rubber duck radio, man.
I was surprised that Dave couldn't hear you. But I think currently he's got a high noise level he doesn't normally have. I think that was the issue.
He must not have been running at full bore either, because he was probably about equal with you. Usually he's a lot stronger.
I don't think he was running full bore, but he wasn't running barefoot neither.
I think my antenna, the roof of the house might be partially blocking the antenna in his direction.
When you said running barefoot, it reminds me of those old QSL cards, running bare.
Running bare, running here, and running everywhere.
That's right.
You remember those? They're all custom.
Hello, how's this working now?
Not sure if I remember those in particular, but I can imagine it.
Yeah, it was like a whole series.
Hey, Spitfire, can you hear me a little better now?
You send your information to the guy, and what as you went on, and he would, an artist, he would make the cards up and print them out for you.
Uh-oh, I don't think this thing's working like it was.
Yeah, it's working like it was. Somebody else was talking. Well, go ahead there, 123. It's your turn.
All right, I'm sorry about that. I didn't mean to cut in. I couldn't hear that person. But anyway, I changed radios. I'm on another radio now, the 959. I switched from the 98 VHP. But this one doesn't seem to put out as much as the other one with the amp.
Well, on this side of things, what I see is same signal, about a 5.5. Audio is kind of the same, so I'm not really seeing any kind of real difference.
All right, I'm seeing about 100 watts, almost 100 watts on a mesh difference.
Fix that mic there, Pete.
It's as fixed as it's ever going to be.
It's tweaking a little, that's all.
I sprayed the snot out of this thing with deoxit. All the contacts, worked it back and forth, ran some paper between all the contacts and everything. So it is what it is.
I hear that.
It sounds pretty good.
I think it's working better than it used to, because it used to go zap. It's not zapping no more.
Yeah, it's like crackling. Like I said, it sounds like you're freaking polishing it or something.
What, you mean there's like artifacts in there when I'm not talking?
It just sounds like you're rubbing the mic or moving it or something. It's like making like squeaky noises or something.
Taking off a lid or something.
Oh, no. Yeah, my dog makes squeaky noises sometimes. I wonder if it's like that.
Yeah, it's like you're moving the mic or something. It's not. It sounds acoustic. It's not a artifact of the microphone itself.
I'm not even touching it. I flipped the lock bar. It's sitting on the table. I'm not touching it. And you say there's like artifacts? Hey, let me turn this down. Just to make sure that there's nothing extra going in there. And you hear stuff?
Not now. Stop. You know, whatever you were doing before, you're not doing it now.
Well, maybe you're picking up my background noises, because I got AM 740 running in the background here.
That's not what. Well, unless they're squeaking or sound like you're polishing the mic or something.
Well, it's not my chair. Not my chair. Thanks to Misfit. My chair is not squeaking.
You'll just have to check out the stream and see what it sounds like.
Why is that going to be any different? The stream hears exactly what's going on here. Doesn't hear what my transmission is going over the air.
Let me edit that. You'll just have to check out my stream.
Oh, yeah, I'll have to check out your stream, because checking out my stream ain't going to do nothing for me.
That's like, what was that? We're on the TV?
There's a penguin on the television.
Now, what movie was that where they were on television and they ran in to watch themselves on television?
On television? That sounds like one of those infinity loops.
Sounds like a Second City TV skit.
Maybe.
Yeah, I guess they were being interviewed. They said they were going to be on the news, so they ran inside to watch.
It had to be there.
Yeah, be there or be square. I got to go stuff the wood stove. Carry on. Countywide.
It was truly, truly memorable.
Yeah, at least you were there.
Car or something.
It sounded like almost like a metallic squeak. Not the chair squeak, but you know what I mean?
Yeah, like the beginning of a feedback.
Yeah, something like that.
I don't know if you guys notice it, but when he unkeys, you hear that same noise, but it's not doing what it was. You just hear a little blip of it when he unkeys.
I think it's when he presses the button. He doesn't have a good grip on the button for his whole conversation.
Well, he did say that he just cleaned it out really well. So maybe he over cleaned it. And any little movement on that little press button, like I assume it's a desk mic, but yeah, maybe it's just wiggling enough that we can hear it. Now it's squeaky clean. Yeah, Mr. Clean. First you get Squeaky Pete, and then you get Cantankerous Pete. That's only after he's been drinking for a while.
See what happens when he's not here? Nothing.
Keep it 115 alive. Classic Radio Roundup. This portion of Classic Radio Roundup is brought to you by the 05 Institute of Amplifier Repair Technology, where our motto is, if you can buy it, we can fry it.
Yes, you can.
I think I've fried my wall outlet.
How do you fry your wall outlet?
I don't know. I think it's with the amplifier, you know, and I plugged it in a different one and it works. But the funny thing is, you know how there's two ports in the wall outlet. The bottom one doesn't work, but the top one still works.
Well, I guess that's it. Depending on how it's wired. Is it all, are they both on the same circuit?
I am not sure, and I didn't go look at the circuit breakers or anything, but I plugged it in another one in the room with a short extension, and it works fine. So it's not the amp.
Does the plug look like it's a little, any like scoring marks or anything on it?
Nope.
Well, I was going to say, it's not probably uncommon for one part of the outlet to go bad, because there is still internal, jumpers that you have, so maybe one side went bad.
Yeah, that's not a good scene, though, That means something melted in there.
Yeah, get out the voltmeter, or at least just pull the cover off and look in and see if anything looks scored.
You would think the outlet is on one breaker operates the whole outlet, right?
I don't know 100% about house electric. I don't know that much about it, but it's still, there's still two portions to that switch, so that, one of them could have went bad. Probably nothing to do with the actual breaker for the house, but, in the guts of the socket.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking something heated up and, pulled apart or whatever. But the top one still works, and the device works. So, yeah, I'll pull the cover off when I'm done.
Then I got quiet.
No, it didn't.
All right. There's just more distant talking going on.
Yeah.
Classic wall outlet. Nah, I got nothing.
And I can tell when Sandbagger moves his antenna.
How can you tell?
Well, you'll see it on the gate.
I mean moving it from just north of east to just south of east, you know. Not a hell of a lot.
Well, it's enough that I notice.
So maybe your receiver's changing again.
Nah, I don't think so. That's more drastic.
Did you add a clock to that gate yet?
Why do I need a clock?
Because if I want to refer to a certain portion of it, you gotta take note of what time it starts, and what time it is, the time you're talking.
Well, if there's any more supplies, you got to put your requests in through the Misfit, because he seems to be my supplier for requested items.
Squeaky mics, squeaky chairs, you know. Squeaky bones.
I did put a 24-hour analog clock in the shack, though. It confuses the heck out of the wife. Makes it even worse because it's on UTC. She says, "What does that clock say?"
What, it's the same time as Arizona? Is that what you're saying?
No, UTC is Greenwich Mean Time. It is currently 02:42 UTC.
Yeah, we're like +5 or -5 from that.
-5.
Okay, gotcha.
How long before we set our clocks ahead again?
Not soon enough.
Now, mine's an hour off, and I'm like, should I go into the menu options and change it, or just deal with it? It's not that big of a display anyway, so I really don't pay attention to it. But I'm looking at it now, and it says 22:38.
Well, you can fix that where you'll never have to change it again if you set your radio clock to UTC, which is the way you should be logging your contacts anyway.
That's even more confusing. You know what? I'm sorry. I'm a little bit more bootleg than you think then.
Well, that's why I got a 12-hour analog clock for my local time, and I got a 24-hour clock for Greenwich Mean Time.
Wasn't it like Walter Cronkite a long time ago? He used to do the evening news edition. He always saw in the background there's like 20 clocks hanging around.
Oh, yeah, for all the different time zones. Well, that was the Evening World News or something.
Yeah, back when life was good.
It's a lot simpler.
Everything before the internet. Yeah, I'd gladly go back to those days.
As good as the internet is, life before it was better.
Yeah, the internet's turned a bunch of people into crazies. And this AI crap on the internet is just out of control.
Whenever I see a video now on the internet, I assume it's AI until I prove otherwise.
Especially if it's an outrageous video. Yeah. Then I go like, yeah, okay, no.
Come on, I send some pretty good stuff.
Yeah, all AI generated.
You can't tell me those cats cooking is AI.
Why not? Yeah, right? Cats driving the car, you know, yeah.
I see cats driving a car with the husky in the passenger seat.
Even before that, though, even before the internet, you know, Bill Murray was letting a groundhog drive his car.
Don't forget, Toons is the driving cat, too. Oops, I might have doubled. Remember, Toons is the driving cat?
Yeah, I remember that name from somewhere.
That was the cat that would drive on Saturday Night Live, and it would always go off a cliff.
And it would run over Mr. Bill on the way down.
Oh no, Mr. Bill!
Yeah, and there was Sluggo. My dad had a Mr. Bill shirt that he wore all the time.
I had one years ago. And I even have a Mr. Bill book with a little plastic record in it. I gotta find that somewhere.
Was yours the old school style heat press, Mr. Bill, with the like little glitterish, not glitterish, but like the metal flake?
What, the record?
Oh, I thought you said you had a T-shirt.
Oh yeah, I had a T-shirt too. Yeah, I forget what it was. It was a picture of Mr. Bill going, no!
Yeah, probably the same one my dad had. And I just remember, I thought it had like that old 70s, 80s like sparkle to it.
Yeah, it's been many years. I just remember his face on there with his mouth wide open going, no, no!
When stuff was funny.
It's Mr. Sluggo. Oh, he's mean.
Now everything is political.
Yeah, when you can be funny without involving politics.
Yeah, right. Back when late night shows were actually funny and not outlets for political commentary. Like nobody wants to hear Jimmy Kimmel's opinion. That douche canoe can go pound sand as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah, I want to be entertained. I don't want to hear your opinion.
Goes for award shows as well.
Right. I want to hear comedy. I don't want your opinion.
That's right. You're there to entertain, not to proselytize.
Because your opinion don't matter. You're an entertainer. Stick to entertaining. Your personal opinion don't matter.
You can't laugh at their opinion?
Oh, I can laugh at their opinion, but that's not what I want. I want entertainment.
Opinions are like butthole Bill. Snake and everybody has one.
Bingo.
That's right.
Somehow they've lost that. They've lost that understanding. We don't care about their opinion. We just want you to entertain us. Stay in your wheelhouse.
Yeah, in your swim lane.
Yeah, John Belushi as the samurai.
Yeah, they could be funny without... But even back in the day when they did get political, you know, Dana Carvey doing George Bush and stuff, you know, it was still funny. They didn't really, you know, make these statements like they do now.
There's definitely a different comedy to it. Where nowadays it's not comedy. You talk about the award show. I love the Ricky Gervais. I loved his Golden Globe speech thing he did.
Went off on these people, didn't he?
Probably one of the best I've ever seen. It was good.
Oh, yeah. I've seen that on YouTube later on. I didn't see it live or anything. But yeah, Ricky Gervais, he went off on them.
The British dude? Yeah, he was the one from the UK office. Well, he did a lot of other stuff,
But yeah, he's British.
Hello, Governor.
Yeah, well, you know, the UK, they took away their guns, and now they're jailing them for speech on faceplant. So there you go. Don't give up your guns.
Yeah, I was just going to say that. They're sending cops out to people's places to arrest them because of memes and things they've said. Like, not even like terroristic threat stuff, just stuff they don't agree with.
Right. So there's another reason. Don't give up your guns, because then you'll jail you for a stupid meme on faceplant.
Oh, they'll nail you for your TV license if you don't pay up.
Yeah, whoever heard of having to license a receiver? But yeah, that's the way it goes over there.
Oh, they've been doing that for years. Licensed radio. You have to have a license for a radio receiver and a television.
Yeah, and I used to track people down too, because I guess local oscillator leakage or something. They could, they detect that, they come pounding on your door.
That's exactly how they did it. I asked my UK buddy about that. On AM 10 meters, my UK buddies. I asked him about that, and he said, "Yep, that's what they do. They drive around with the van with the antennas on it, and they have this registration book of all the licenses, receivers, and if you had an oscillator that they could pick up as they drove by and you weren't in the license book, you got the fine."
Can you imagine trying to do that here today with all the electronic widgets that have oscillators in them? No.
They can't even, they gave up enforcing CB radio, let alone local oscillators for receivers. Oh my God, they'd lose their minds. And then how sensitive does the equipment need to be to say if they drove down my street, would they pick up my local oscillator from 300 feet away from the road?
What do they do for cars?
I don't know. I mean, I know FCC rules, Part 15 and all that, limits the kind of radiation that would be detectable. I don't, most, I know I can't hear them. And, there's so many, when you have multiple conversion receivers, it's kind of hard for that to leak out the antenna.
That must have been really hard to enforce. It had to be, but they still do it. They still do it though. But to answer your question, Mike, you didn't need a license for your radio receiver in your car, but you needed a license for a radio receiver in your house and for your television in your house.
Yeah, now they just have everything registered, and if you don't make payments, they send you letters in the mail. What the heck?
Yeah, for a number of years, citizens band radios weren't even allowed in UK. Then they finally relented and created their own oddball band on FM, and then, many years later, they finally said, "Oh, okay," and then they let them have radios that were compatible with what we have.
So, was anyone affected by the Verizon issue today?
I heard just the Iranians.
It was all across this country.
Well, I heard that it was the shut down the Iranians.
So they shut down their systems and it affected us?
Didn't affect me.
So here's an interesting thing. Anybody know why, I heard this since we were on the topic of talking about like UK and stuff, why a lot of old buildings in England have their windows bricked over?
Probably for a tax base. I think they got charged in taxes by the amount of windows on a building.
Yeah, they had a window tax they had to pay.
That's ridiculous.
My buddy in the UK that's a ham said there was a guy across the street from him that used to complain about him interfering with his television from his amateur transmissions. And the way you filed complaints over there was through the post office. You didn't deal with FCC or whatever there, or what is it, Ofcom was reached through the post office. You went to your local post office and you made complaints about interference. And he told the guy, he says, well, go ahead and complain to Ofcom that I'm interfering with your television. And that was the last he ever heard from it. So he suspected the guy had an unlicensed television, so he never complained.
Say what? Yeah, he's not about to draw attention to himself if he's not properly licensed.
Yeah, he got all mad at my friend John for his radio transmissions interfering with his television, and he told him to complain to Ofcom through the post office. He never did. He was like, yeah, I thought his television was unlicensed, and it was, so he didn't make any complaints.
Well, you think it's bad for that kind of stuff, but didn't they put the switch in all the newer cars
if the police want to, they could just shut your car down?
I want to kick that guy's butt that made that design.
You're not shutting my car down.
I don't think that's in yet.
In a certain year.
I bet it's possible with them damn electric vehicles.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Those things are connected to the internet and everything. You know how fast those electric starters are gonna burn and get burned out? I was just talking to somebody about that auto on stop, starter stop, whatever, on the newer cars. Somebody told me the duty cycle of those new starters and how many times a day they can start and stop for how many years before they go bad. And I'm like, there's no way. Well, that's not the biggest problem. The biggest problem is you're letting your engine stop. All your oil pressure goes to zero, and you're starting up your engine again with zero oil pressure. That's where you get your major bearing wear and everything until the oil pressure builds back up. So imagine you're doing this 100 times a day. That can't be good for the longevity of the engine.
Yeah, the starter motors, they did beef up. They have beefed up the starter motors to deal with that. But in my mind, the more critical issue is what just Dave just pointed out, is your bearing wear with zero oil pressure from all them starts and stops as your oil pressure drops. My wife's car has that crapping start, stop nonsense with the engine. First thing she does when she gets in the car and starts it up, you hit a button and it defeats that. She hits it every time. I'm like, good move, dear.
Yep, but there actually is a way you can get into the computer and shut that feature off so it continues. The starter doesn't have to do it all the time like that. So I drive a company car, and it's not, and that feature isn't available to us as the drivers. But I do the same thing your wife does. I push the button to make sure that the starter doesn't have to redo itself. You know, I deal with a lot of city traffic, and it's a lot of stop and go BS.
Yeah. I don't know about getting into the computer and all. I'm sure you're right about that, but I don't know about it. But there is a button you can just keep it from doing that by just hitting that button. But you have to do it every time you start the car. It's not like something you can. We haven't figured out how to just set it and forget it kind of thing.
Yeah, I don't think any of them have it set it and forget it yet. My new car has it. The Subaru, and I was on Reddit or something on one of the pages, and I guess somebody's making a harness. There's a sensor that you can unplug, and you plug this like dummy load into it, so it completely disables it.
Well, if you find where you can buy one, let me know, because I have to push that button, and they put it in an inconvenient place too.
Yeah, I'd like to know how to do that too. I'm sure that would make the wife happy, but my car doesn't do it. Doesn't have that feature. Thank God.
Neither does mine for whatever reason. I thought by 2018 they'd have it, but my car doesn't have it. The wife's car does, daughter's car does, but not mine, thankfully.
I only got hit no button.
My car's a 2018. Yeah, theirs?
The wife's is a 2021.
Wow, okay, that's okay. Yeah, because the car I drive at work is a 2025. That's got in there, but fortunately enough, you know, it's got a straight throw shifter. Even though it's an automatic transmission, it's got a straight throw shifter, and that button is in the forward position, right next to the park button, right next to the park position. All right.
Rooster!
Made it in with 1 minute to spare.
Yeah, made it in with 1 minute to spare. You're right. County-wide.
Radio. The R22 Blazer. You gotta hit that button every time you start it.
So you know how to bypass it? Booster.
No, I don't.
Oh, I thought you would know.
You know why? It's when you bypass this stuff, because all that stuff pulls off the transmission and stuff, so you gotta watch what you shut off. Well, that there probably doesn't do it though, but my F-150, I cut the wire for the lockup for the torque converter. That's what cooled the transmission.
Flip-flop knows how to bypass it. Sir.
Yeah.
You gotta check your phone.
Okay, well, yeah, you might be able to pull the relay out.
Me is that, you know, they put them in all these cars, and people driving in like Maine or Boston, the battery die in the winter. It's got to be dying in the wintertime.
Well, we've gotten in the habit of just starting the car up, hit that button, and then don't worry about it till you got to start the car again.
Yeah, my car has that, and the auto brake. So when you're sitting at a red light, it holds the car for you. And it's just the second thing I do after I start the car is I hit those two buttons.
That auto brake is a nice thing, though, if you're on a hill.
I find the auto brake got me spoiled a little bit. Subaru had that 20 years ago. You even need that.
Yeah, I had that auto brake thing on my tractor trailer when I was working for Venezia. That was a very nice feature.
Sounds like a feature for retards.
20 years ago. Yeah, that's what I have in the Subaru.
I hope I doubled with everybody and nobody heard that comment except the video gate.
I heard it.
Oh, now I need to hear it.
I wasn't paying attention.
No, I'm not surprised.
Funny.
Is that Goose out there?
Yep.
Hello, Goose.
Hello, Badger. How you doing?
All right, Happy New Year.
Happy New Year to you too, there, buddy.
Why am I supposed to check my phone?
Because I was there Sunday.
Oh, yeah, I can read that today. Yeah, I got that today or yesterday.
You said, oh, come on over. I'll be here. I went over there after I left Q-Mart. I stopped by your house, and I knocked on every single door, and nobody answered. I said, he got to be out. So I called your phone like a couple of times, figured you might have it on you. No, you didn't have it on you. So I took some pictures and I sent it to you.
Yeah, 10-4. Yeah, I only missed you by 20, 25 minutes. We went to Indian Town Gap.
Raji.
Well, anyway, I'm going to say goodnight and put another classic radio roundup in the can, and we'll do it again next week. Catch everyone later. Classic radio roundup.
Good night, Dave.
Catch you later, man. Have a good one.
See you later, Bagger.
I wasn't going to be the first one, but I will be the second one. I'm going to get out of here too. Check out the video gate uploaded sometime tomorrow morning. Thanks for the fun, all there, gentlemen. 7-3, all that jazz. Again, thanks for the fun. Your county-wide radio to Spitfire 441 on Classic Radio Roundup. Good night.
Thank you for doing what you do there, Spitfire. Have a good night.
See you, Pete.
He turned it off. But yeah, I was like, I told you I was going to stop by this weekend. Well, actually, last weekend now, but yeah, I left Q-Mart, and you're like